All right, so let's just quickly add a bar and a tombolo to the knowledge we've been talking about. They tend to come up in exam questions, again, when we're talking about depositional coastal features, and they're nice options to write about. I actually think the tombolo is easier than the spit, so I encourage my kids to talk about this one, so we'll get into it. So let's talk about the bar and lagoon first, though. We see here, this is our river. We have our ocean. I hope you know when a river meets the ocean, we call it the mouth. So here's the mouth of the river. What's essentially going to happen is it's going to get closed in. So we have longshore drift, swash and backwash happening in a zigzag motion. And again, once it gets to the mouth of the river, the waves will dissipate and break up. And so there's not enough energy to continue to transport the sediment, and so it starts to deposit it. Now what happens is it deposits it over time and essentially blocks in the river. So behind it forms a lagoon. And yeah, that's essentially what happens. This doesn't always happen. A river like the Thames, for example, if we look at England, doesn't take place because the river is just too powerful. Okay? But a smaller river can form a lagoon if it is blocked in by deposition. And then what happens is then transportation then can continue. Okay, so new land is formed and created by the deposition. The next one is the tombolo. Now the thing to know about the tombolo is, just like in our previous section, there's a change in the direction of the coastline. We can see that there is an island off of our mainland. So you can probably kind of see what's going to happen. Longshore drift will take place in a zigzag motion, as it does. As it reaches that change in coastline, the waves will dissipate, they'll lose their energy. And so this sediment will start to be deposited, and look what happens. All that happens is that a beach, a bar, is created between the mainland and the island, and eventually what will happen, same thing with kind of sand dune succession, is that vegetation will grow, that will become soil, and eventually this will just become land, and that will no longer be an island at all. Okay, so these are two additional depositional coastal features that fit really well with longshore drift and transportation. Okay, the words that you kind of need again are lagoon, the mouth of the river, maybe closed in and things like this, and then here you just need island, mainland, and change in direction. So they're nice options to have for you to add to your bank of things that you can talk about in an exam. Okay, we're now going to jump into an exam question that looks at longshore drift and the formation of spits. I hope you found it useful.